Stephanie, and I am pleased to share my reflection on the process of developing a multicultural educational toolkit and the journey toward becoming a more culturally responsive educator. This entire process has reinforced the profound idea that education is an ethical act of building bridges between disparate cultural worlds. My awareness and appreciation of diversity, encompassing cultural, racial, ethnic, and linguistic differences, profoundly shaped the selection and design of the toolkit's 16 strategies. I aimed to make the toolkit responsive by moving past superficial cultural tourism and focusing on deep structural integration. For instance, the strategy of globalizing core text directly challenges the Eurocentric bias often found in literature, ensuring students of color see themselves as reflected as intellectual agents. In contrast, others gain crucial windows into diverse human experiences. The multilingual signage strategy was included not just as decoration, but as an immediate visual affirmation of linguistic diversity, validating the home languages of our students. Drawing on the work of scholars like Geneva Gay, I realized the toolkit had to ground learning in the cultural knowledge of the student. That's why methods like culturally relevant scaffolding were prioritized to bridge students' lived experiences with academic content, making learning immediately more accessible and meaningful to a diverse learning community. The core principles of this journey, the belief in Imago Dei and the inherent dignity of every person, are deeply connected to the personal virtues I value, especially empathy, justice, and humility. My commitment to empathy guided the strategies for the classroom environment, specifically the creation of co-created community norms and the pronoun and name affirmation protocol. Empathy requires me to listen to and validate students' identity needs, ensuring the classroom is built on mutual respect, not imposed authority. My pursuit of justice fueled the prioritization of strategies that actively challenge the curriculum status quo. This is why the integration of ethnoscience and indigenous knowledge and comparative historical case studies was crucial. Justice in this context means correcting the historical record and ensuring that all cultures are representative as contributors to human progress, a concept central to culturally relevant pedagogy as defined by Gloria Ladson-Billings. Finally, the virtue of humility drove the engagement with families and communities category, particularly the family cultural assets inventory. This strategy demonstrates professional humility by recognizing that I am not the sole expert. Rather, the community holds valuable cultural capital that must be integrated to truly enrich educational process. The most significant insight I gained during this process is that multicultural education is not a topic to be covered, but a transformative lens through which all teaching must be viewed. It is a daily commitment to the principle that every student, as a reflection of the divine, has inherent worth. The development of the toolkit solidified the understanding that multicultural education must be comprehensive. It must impact the content we teach, the methods we use, the environment we create, and the community we engage with. This journey has enhanced my comprehension from theoretical appreciation to practical, actionable planning. I now have a structured map for intentional anti-bias teaching. Moving forward, the toolkit is not just an assignment. It is a live, actionable framework I will use to audit my future lesson plans and classroom structures. I am now equipped to be intentionally anti-bias and culturally responsive in my pedagogical choices. The creation of this toolkit has empowered me to transition from an educator who accommodates diversity to one who actively champions it, ensuring that the principles of Imago Dei are lived out daily by upholding the dignity and celebrating the wealth of every student's background. Thank you.